Morning, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to West's Angling. You're joining me and my dad at Cunneries Fishery today, which is in Eccleston, and we're going to be testing out a new bait. Now, this might not be a very thorough bait test because it is cold, it's still winter, but we're going to give it a go. I wanted a nice sweet ground bait and pellets that'll work all year round. So I found a company that does them, and they also sell wafters and attractants as well. So I've got some of those. Me and my dad are both going to be using it, but my dad's going to put a different attractant on the pellets to me. I'll show you what I mean now. So that's the ground bait. So the company's called Aquastim. So I've just got some 2 mils, and I've got some ground bait as well, and then some of these wafters to try. So we'll see how we get on with those. This is a fishery that we haven't fished in many years, so I don't know how it's fishing at the moment, but we can only give it a go. My dad's just getting everything set up so that he can get fishing. I'm going to get some ground bait mixed up. So like I said, we're both going to use a different stim syrup in the ground bait and pellet mix, and we'll see who does best, and we might both try different wafters as well, so we can give them all a good try out today, these. So these are Scopex liver. We've got mega spice, they are really spicy, and I think these are going to be my favourite. They're really sweet. So which one of these do you want to try, Dad? So maybe give them a smell and see what you think. That chocolate orange smells nice, and this is really sweet, this one. What's that one like? Does that smell really orangey? What's that one smell like? Yeah, like a molasses, isn't it, that one?
No, that smells like
it's like his wine tasting. Like. Yeah, what tones has it got, Dad?
It is. It is the fruits. You can smell the fruits in that, definitely. That's
so which one are you going to go for? These smell nice. Oh, they're really sweet.
You use them with the
chocolate
orange, and I'll use this sublime with these.
That's the one I wanted. So I'm going to mix these up, and then we'll put the syrup over the top. I think that's the way forward. The other thing I like about these is that they're in resealable bags as well. How good's that? I haven't seen that in ground bait and pellets before, so you can literally just use what you want, seal it back up, and you're all right for your next session, because this is a big bag of ground bait. It's going to be about 6 months, that. I'm only joking, I'll probably do a few sessions though. This is the peg that I've chosen. I think my dad's let me have the best peg here. I might fish 2 rods today. I'm going to fish quiver tip. I'm going to have one down here, probably next to the aerator, and one over in the middle. A little bit of a canal lake this. Me and my dad don't really like canal lakes, but it's not too bad. It's a nice island structure, so hopefully it'll make a fairly entertaining day's fishing. Looks like there's a match on the other lake. It looks really busy today. There's loads of lakes here at the Cunneries. I will do a little bit of a fishery review today, but I don't know mega amounts about the fishery to go in depth with that. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this mixed up because my dad's eager to get fishing. He's already got all his stuff set up, okay? So we'll do the ground bait first. Like I said, all resealable. Never seen that before. Brilliant. This smells really nice. It's really sweet. It's got like a sweet tiger nut flavour to it. So that'll do us for today, I think. And then I'll mix the pellets separate. I'm not going to be putting many pellets in the mix at this time of year, so they've got a sweet molasses flavour, a little bit like F1 sweet. So these are a year-round pellet, 30% protein and only 6% oil, so they're a very low feed pellet. So that's all the pellets that we're going to be using today. So we're going to mix a little bit more. I'm just going to cover them with water. Just covered them up with water. I'm going to let them sit in there for a couple of minutes just to absorb all of that, and then I'm going to put this water with all this excess flavour into the ground bait. I think these wafters will do really well. They're really bright. They're about 8mm, which is a perfect size. I'm going to be using size 14 hooks today to a 7-pound hook link. It's really sweet, it's nice. I think it'll do really well. Just going to let them pellets sit in that water for a minute. It's cold, innit? It'll take them ages to soak it up. My dad's getting impatient to be fishing. There he is, look. Got his brolly set up. It is raining today. You just fishing one rod, Dad? Right. This doesn't look so bad now. So I'm just going to tip that excess water into there. You can see how it's not clear. It's a cloudy liquid because all them attractants have come out of the pellets. Mixes really well, this ground bait as well. It's not clumpy. Nice and fluffy. Seems to bind together well. Let's put them pellets in. Let's go with half of them for now. Just putting a few pellets in just helps hold the fish in the peg if they are on the feed. Now, like I said, I don't know what the fishing is going to be like today, so it might not be a good representation of this bait, but I think it'll do really well. Right, I'm just going to quickly stick that through the riddle. And that should be perfect. Do you want to get some of this mix, Dad? Ooh. You know, and then. Watch yourself on that little bit. When you know it's slippery. Yeah. Yeah, really careful. It's a real swan dive.
Feels mild enough when that.
Right, are you putting some of that attractant on?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna give this a little bit of a coat in that, and then I'll put some on every cast as well. It's got a lovely chocolate orange flavour. Stir that through. Awesome. Right, I'm gonna get my rods out of my bag and we'll get fishing. Keep some pellets separate just so we can try, if the fish are really on the feed, we can just put pellets on the method feeder. So my dad's fishing just out from the island here, probably about 3 foot off the island. I'm going to get my brolly set up because make sure my straps are on the back to pin it down. Dad just had a bit of a liner. Oh, I'm gonna knock myself out there. Jesus. Smooth. That's that one. That'll stop me brolly spinning everywhere. Does have a habit of spinning this Daiwa brolly. And I'll put my bag under there. I just need to get both my rods set up and we'll get up and running. I'm going to try fishing with 2 rods and I'll see how we get on. If I start catching quite a few, I'll probably just go down to 1 rod. But the pre-set up, put new method feeders on them last night. So my dad's using the yellow wafters. What flavour are they? Scorpex liver. I think they'll do well. They're a nice bright sweet corn colour. Again, if you want to know how to tie your own hook lengths up, I'll put a video that I've made in the top right hand corner. You can have a nosy at that. Very easy. I recommend it to everybody because you can have a play about with it and see what works for you. So let's go with a Mega Spice. No, let's go with the orange one. 2 to your niece. They're a soft wafter. Band really easy. And we'll load this one up and get it out. I'm honestly impressed with this ground bait. It's mixed really well. Look at that, perfect. And let's put a little bit of a attractant on that every cast. Some more liquid on. Oh yeah, chocolate orangey. So I'm going to fish to the right of that aerator there. Let's just go with 1 rod for now and I'll set my other one up in a minute. There we go. Let's fish into that corner. So pay station's just over there, that green block. Is it 2 rods?
Yeah.
Eh?
It's £8 for 1.
Yeah.
£9 for 2.
Is it really? Jesus, that's dear, isn't it? Better be good fishing. Seal that back up for next session. I'll put a web link for Aquastim in the description for you, but if you just Google Aquastim, you'll go through to their website if you wanted to have a nosy. Just find it hard to find a brand that's cost effective and does the type of ground bait and pellets that I want, but I think I might be onto something here. Really nice smelling ground bait and pellets. Let's go with a white one on this one. I'm not sure about this spicy flavour on these, but try it. It's quite a thin attractant, that, so that's soaked into the top of them pellets really well. So let's go in the middle about there, lighten my rod rest, and then just tighten up. Can you see how that works? Got 1 rod down to the side and 1 rod over to the middle there. There's no pegs around that corner. Absolutely miserable day today. Like a constant drizzle. So I will put the address for the Cunneries in my description for you as well. The price is, as my dad said before, £8 for 1 rod, £9 for 2. There is a choice of lakes on the complex. I think it's heavily match fished and there could be matches on any one of the lakes by the sounds of it. There's no match on this one today. It's not a massive lake, and I'm guessing that there's a mixture of coarse fishing here. These type of places tend to be weighted towards the carp, and I'm guessing that there'll be quite a few carp in between £3 and £5. The wind's blowing down into this corner today, which is good. I don't know how fair a representation this will be of the bait, but we'll try it at a couple of places over the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for the channel, and if you haven't subscribed already, now's your chance to do so. And we'll keep on with this bait and give it a go at a couple of places and see what it's like. I am really impressed with how it mixed and the flavours and stuff, and the pellets have taken on the water really well. So they were only in there a couple of minutes, and it's, you know, in winter, and they've really taken that on, and look at how well they squeeze together. They'll be perfect on the method feeder in summer. So I'm looking forward to using those when it warms up a bit. My plan is, on the next cast, I'm going to have this left hand rod. I've moved my chur around at an angle slightly, so I'll have the chur facing more this direction, just so I can get the right angle on the rods. And then I'll have one rod over to the corner of the island, and then one rod over to the middle, because then at least you're covering the margins and you're covering the potentially deeper water, but it's only about 3 foot deep. Yeah, I just wanted a bit of a break from the pink wafters and Sonia bait stuff. Branch out and try something else. God, I can't get this lid off. Whoa, that took some doing. My dad's just caught a branch. So this is the ticket. No luncheon meat, no cat or dog meat, no bloodworm, jokers, trout pellets, ground bait in moderation, barbless hooks, no keep nets, no night fishing. Usual rules. Sometimes in winter it is better sticking to the fisheries that you know, but I just like to keep it interesting for you guys and not fish at the same places all the time. Well folks, we've been fishing for a couple of hours now and I've not even had a liner, so it's pretty tough going today. I'm not 100% confident on this lake that we're fishing, but we're going to stick at it. Right folks, I'm going to make you a promise. If we don't catch in today's episode, so if me and my dad both blank, I'll give away not one but 2 Westies angling beanies. I'll give away a black one and a green one. So to be in with a chance of winning one of those, all you need to do is drop a comment down below and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So what I'll do is when the video gets 3,000 views, I'll pick 2 people at random from the comments and I'll contact you and I'll get you a beanie sent out. Simple as that. And that's just a thank you from me for sitting and watching the videos, even if we don't catch. But fingers crossed we manage a couple today. It's not looking great at the moment. Like I said, I've not even had a tap on the rod tips or anything, and I'm fishing with 2 rods. My dad's had a bit of a liner first thing, but other than that, absolutely nothing. I think he might have had a little bit of a twitch as well, but nothing major, no bites or anything like that. But unfortunately, that's fishing sometimes. Like a couple of you said in the comments on the videos where I don't catch, it's called fishing, not catching, and you're very right. You know, you can't expect to come out every single winter session and catch a lot of fish. It's just not how it works, especially when you don't know a particular fishery. The carp could be held up in one particular spot where it might be half a foot deeper or something like that, or in the upper layers of the water, in one of the thermal layers. You just don't know where they're going to be. So when you're fishing on the bottom with the method feeder, you've just got to hope that they'll go down for the feed. You've just got to leave the rods in a lot longer than you normally would. Like, these rods have been in probably half an hour now. So I will give them another 20 minutes and then I'll recast and do the same again, leave it another 45 minutes to an hour. And you've just got to hope that a fish moves through the swim, or one of these F1s is feeding and it finds the wafter. That's the long and short of it. I don't know whether it's worth us trying this bigger lake down here at the bottom. My dad's just gone for a walk around it. Looks a lot nicer than this canal lake. We just don't really like canal lakes. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just because it's like match orientated and it's all square and man-made sort of thing. I like lakes to be like a natural shape. You know, maybe a couple of islands, some features to fish to. sometimes the bigger lakes are a touch deeper, and it can make a massive difference at this time of year. This particular canal lake is really shallow, and if you've got some deeper water, what tends to happen is it holds the heat better, and the fish can stay a little bit more active through the winter. Over the last maybe 4 nights we've had frost, so it can really kill off the fishing. I'm just making excuses obviously, but it does affect it. There's no doubt about that. I don't think it's a representation of this bait that I'm using. It smells great, it binds together well, it sits on the method feeder well. It's just a matter of finding the fish. We're thinking of potentially having a move down to this lake. So which way is the wind blowing? Let's start with that. Yeah, it is. Right. This certainly is probably his best peg, because you can fish to both sides. Looks a bit wider at that side over there. Look a little bit nicer this lake, doesn't it? These pegs and that. Right, well, we'll give that lake a miss today and carry on. We're going to stick it out. I'm going to try one of these Scopex wafters. I like the smell of these. There we go. Let's get that back out. Fingers crossed. Well folks, I've just decided to swap onto float, just because I don't want it to be boring for you all, and the fella across from me has been catching on the pole, so I've just plumbed my depth. This is still set up from the session at Lancaster House. Just need to come up in the water a little bit here to be fishing on the bottom. Probably about 4 inch, 3-4 inch, something like that. Got some maggots. Like I said, always bring maggots with you at this time of year if you don't want to blank. And I'm going to feed with these 2 mils. So let's go with a red and a white to start with. You can see how easy it is just to change up when you're fishing like this, and I always recommend bringing your float rod with you. Swap from my method feeder rods to the float in about 5 minutes. Just keep dripping some of these 2 mils in. So my dad's just swapped over to the pink wafter and he's had nothing on that either. So I don't think it's a matter of bait, I think it's a matter of technique and fishing for these roach up in the water with maggots. Sometimes the only way at this time of year. So I've shotted my float down a little bit more, and I'm just getting little tiny little finicky indications just visible. Must be small roach. Well, I'm just having 5 minutes having a brew. I can't even seem to pick up anything on the float. Fella across from me's had quite a few really small roach on the pole. My dad's just getting his float rod set up, but yeah, really tough fishing today. So I'm going to finish my brew off, and then I'll have another couple of hours. But don't worry, even if we do catch on the float, I'm still classing it as a blank because we didn't catch on the method feeder, so I'll still give away the 2 beanies today. So make sure you comment with a thumbs up if you manage to make it through the video all the way to the end. Looks like my dad's gonna Fish down there next to that tree in the margin. There's quite a few people on the lake today. Well folks, we're going to call it a day there and get packed up. What a tough day's fishing it's been today. Even on the float we can't seem to pick up any fish. Now at this time of year you should still be able to pick up a couple of eyed, a couple of roach, a couple of rudd on the float fishing with maggots. The fella across from me fishing pole, he's had some very small roach. He must be fishing quite scaled down. I think he's fishing single maggot, so he's really scaled it back and he is managing to get a few, but he's missing most of the fish that he's striking at. In terms of the bait test, I really like that bait and I'm looking forward to using it in spring when the fishing starts to pick up. Like I said, thanks very much for watching. There's going to be 2 winners of prizes this video, so we'll see you in the next Westies Angling and hopefully we do a little bit better next time. Look at this, just as we're about to pack up, he's only gone and saved the blank.